I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Jimmy Horn Jr. and Lajohntay Wester are the best slot receiver duo in this year's 2025 NFL Draft. I called it before, and the camp is only proving the statements that I made earlier in the season. You can see Lajohntay Wester here in the Baltimore Ravens camp has already caught the attention of head coach Jim Harbaugh, as he has just been giving him some pointers, how to see the field as a punt returner, welcome him to the NFL, just letting him know that everybody's a lot faster, stronger, faster on this level. But I don't think that Lajohntay is going to have a problem. As you can see him getting acclimated to the Baltimore Ravens minicamp, really making plays. And even as a sixth rounder, he has really stood out with his intelligence. And as you can see, Jim Harbaugh is just giving him a few pointers here on how he can continue to excel and ultimately make the final roster, as well as see himself on the field, not only in preseason, but post-preseason, that he can move up to the Jets depth chart, hopefully becoming not only a backup, on the slot receivers, but possibly starting. We never know. Let's get through preseason. But as of camp, he is lighting it up at the Baltimore Ravens minicamp. And as you can see here, special teams is going to be something that Lajohntay Wester immediately contributes for the Baltimore Ravens, as you've seen him take a few punt returns to the house during his collegiate career. And I don't see anything changing as he makes his debut on the field for the Baltimore Ravens. This is something with Lajohntay Wester running that 4.4 official 40 time. Don't see it being a problem. Let's switch to his former collegiate running mate, Jimmy Horn Jr. Look at his feet work. Look at his speed. And he is not only impressing the coaching staff, but they are wowed by his acceleration. Yes, there's a difference between speed and acceleration. Jimmy Horn Jr. has extreme acceleration. I mean, once he catches the ball, the time it takes for him to put that foot in the ground and turn upfield is something that caught the eyes of the NFL, which is why he went in the 6th round and he did not go undrafted. And Jimmy Horn Jr. is putting in that work. As you can see, Lajohntay Wester and Jimmy Horn Jr. are both back in their native state of Florida, and they are getting in that work. As you can see, really focusing on their footwork and getting in and out of their breaks. And this is something that has made them special, and that also was the reason why they were drafted in the first place. Them having smaller frames, not being a huge wide receiver, they rely more on their elite route running, their quickness, and their feet work to get in and out of the breaks quickly, because you will have not only a smaller window in the NFL to catch passes, but also in zone coverage, the linebackers and safeties will be much faster at the NFL level. So as you can see, during some time off from their respected organizations, they were spotted back in Florida, getting that footwork in. And Jimmy Horn Jr. is somebody that has been accepted early within the Carolina Panthers organization, really respecting his professionalism, how down to earth he is, and how personable he has been within the organization, only making, good experiences with teammates already as a rookie. Him getting a lot of shine during the Carolina Panthers team activities, and he deserves all of this. Everything that we've seen Jimmy Horn Jr. overcome, in light of all the obstacles he had to overcome with his father being incarcerated, and him, using the transfer portal, putting his trust in Coach Prime and Shedeur Sanders to get him to this next level. Not only did he exceed in that role, but now, as we can see, this man's on TV with the Carolina Panthers doing it big. Nothing but a huge supporter and a fan for the young man. Really put his head down, look forward, and now he's doing big things at the national football level. You can only commend the bright future that he has ahead of him. And you never know, we might see a Jimmy Horn Jr. commercial lately. Maybe him and Terry McMillan, get on a commercial together later on this year. But right now, you can see him doing press runs, him doing team organized activities, really getting acclimated with the teammates. And this is something that we all hoped and wished for Jimmy Horn Jr. in his role heading back into the NFL. And it's just the elite work that it takes for all you youngsters that are heading into college and also heading into the NFL. It does not stop outside of practice. You need to get it in on the offseason. And this is just Jimmy Horn Jr. returning to where it all started, his high school out there in Florida, really paying homage to one of the teachers or counselors that helped him get to the next level. Sometimes on your journey to the NFL and, your journey through college life or high school, there are certain people that you meet in your life that believe in you, always install that confidence in you, and actually just show that they cared. And you never know. That could be the person that during tough times you lean back on words that they said, words of encouragement that they gave you. that help you get through tough times. And this is just Jimmy Horn Jr., going back to his hometown, and just paying homage to somebody who just showed that they believed in him, always gave him words of encouragement, told him he was going to be something special. And look at him now. Now he's in the NFL. Now he's able to take care of his family. Now he's able to go back and give back to his community, give back to the high school, and most likely give back to this young lady who believed in him, seen him through, always believed that he was going to be something special. And now look at him. So from the NFL, going back to their hometowns and going back to the stomping grounds where they made their plays before they made it to college. This is Jimmy Horn Jr. going back to his high school, showing some love, going back to that one person, one or two people that believed in them, that always installed that confidence, just showed them love. Sometimes all you need is somebody to show you love and to show you that they believe in you and you can do the rest. That's all you need. Somebody to believe in you, somebody to say that you got it. And as you see, them top slot wide receivers, Lajohntay Wester was going crazy at Colorado. This is just a brief snippet of what you missed, that what got them drafted by their selective organizations. They were putting in that work. As you can see, this is a punt return, something we just talked about. Catching Hail Marys for touchdowns. Lajohntay Wester made big play after big play. And to be honest with you, he was more open more often than we thought. He could have caught well over 100 balls. Pause. And back to Jimmy Horn Jr. He had that most explosive game to begin the season against North Dakota State. Had some injuries, but nevertheless, he put his head down and he continued to make play after play, which led him to being a sixth-round draft pick. You never heard of him complaining, despite of, transfers like Lajohntay Wester, Will Shepherd, and Travis Hunter being the focal point of the offense. He remained a great teammate, never was a cancer in the locker room, kept his confidence, and as you can see, they're balling. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Jimmy Horn Jr. and Lajohntay Wester. Again, they are doing their thing at their team organized activities and minicamp. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate it.